Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissike, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And look, I got to tell you guys, there are events that we have in our community that are special, and then there are those that are just necessary. Very excited to have with us a couple of people to celebrate that. Ms. LaToya Celestine Boutin, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate that. Of course, with Walk with Grace. And her husband, Mr. Brandon Boutin, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for
All right, man. We appreciate it. So, LaToya, let's talk a little bit about Walk with Grace and how it came to be.
Okay, so Walk with Grace was birthed after my husband and I experienced 3 losses.
Oh, my goodness.
We were married August 21st, 2021.
Okay.
And we initially conceived on our honeymoon. So our very first loss was in November, right before Thanksgiving. And then we experienced another loss in March of 2022.
Wow.
And then we had a really traumatic experience with his mom in 2022. So we kind of put it on pause for a little while because he needed to be there for his mom.
Right.
And then just throughout the process, just not really focusing on it, giving more focus to what he had going on. And then we tried again at the end of last year,
Okay.
and we lost that one at 6 weeks. So we had a miscarriage at 6 weeks for our third try.
Right.
And during that time, it was really difficult. I'm a mental health professional, so I'm not supposed to feel depressed, or I'm not supposed to, well, I put that expectation on myself because of my role in the community. And I started to feel a bunch of emotions, honestly.
Right.
And so I just started talking to others because I had to do something.
Right.
Because you feel isolated. It's a very devastating experience. And just in talking with a few women who I've encountered, even with my doctor, and I don't want to disclose her name because I don't know how personable she is with others. But so many women that I've encountered experience loss. I had no idea. Literally almost every woman, either they experienced it or they knew someone who did experience it. So as I was doing research, I learned a lot about how common it is, but no one talks about it.
Right.
No one talks.
It's there.
It's there.
It's not talked about.
Correct.
And so now you've created this opportunity in this venue to be able to share that grief.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jason. And it's called Walk with Grace into Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness. And this is Infant Loss Awareness Month. So they're welcoming people on Saturday, September the 28th, Houma Downtown Courthouse Square, for this Walk with Grace. And quite frankly, it takes a great deal of grace to be able to deal with this.
Yes, sir.
Professionally, I've been on the other side of this, doing what Brandon is doing, which is being your support. And our community supports you. Okay. And all of the social workers want you to know that it's okay to be a mom first, right?
Yes,
it's okay to be a mother with loss first.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to put all those expectations. So when you leave today, those are going to stay here with me.
Yes, sir.
All right. And we're going to let you and Brandon leave with this new sense of support, this new sense of presence that Brandon provides for you, that we're going to make sure that is provided for other people. I always appreciate the fact that when you pay this forward, which is what you're doing, you're taking your grief and loss and you're paying it forward so that other people can feel better about themselves, can feel better about that loss, and to never, ever, ever feel embarrassed with the emotions that we feel. right? Postpartum depression is very real.
Yes, it is.
We've studied it. You and I have looked at it at DSM, DSM-3, DSM-4, DSM-5R. We've seen that. We know it's real, and that's not something to ever be embarrassed about. This is something that it happens, and we try to recover from it. And we're just going to be graceful and prayerful that you guys have the blessings that y'all deserve down the road, right?
you.
So this is going to take place on Saturday, September the 28th. It is called Walk with Grace, a very wonderful program. Walk with Grace into Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness for this Awareness Month. And they're welcoming people to come and do this. It's going to take place September the 28th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's going to be wonderfully cool. It's going to be nice weather,
Yes.
and it's going to be God's way of shining upon a very important program. Downtown Courthouse Square, which is 7856 West Main Street in Houma, Louisiana. A lot of the doctors in our area, a lot of the social workers in our area know how important it is to be able to provide support. And sometimes people are just, they don't want to go get help. They think, oh, I should not have to be dealing with this.
That's right.
I shouldn't be dealing with these things. I help others. They don't need to help me. But one of those things we need to hear loud and clear is that it's okay to
Yes.
ask for help.
Absolutely.
It's okay to be able to say, you know what? This is hard for anybody one time. This is a little bit harder for somebody 2 times. This is even harder for somebody 3 times, all the while needing to be present for your mom in 2022. And so you guys have walked a difficult path. We want you to be able to continue to walk with grace and let people know. And I just want some people to come up and hug you and tell you it's okay, and let you know that it's all right, and that, again, that somehow, some way, you guys will receive the blessings of the parents that you're meant to be. And so we'll just be prayerful about that. So we want to let you know your community supports you. And I love the fact that you're paying it forward. My dear friend Tricia Jet Pizzolata has done the same thing. She's paid it forward with helping those people in neonatal ICU because of the experience she went through. And you guys are doing the very same thing. So God bless you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
We'll be prayerful about you. Thank you for sharing this. And we hope September the 28th is a wonderful program for you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Brandon, Latoya, we appreciate it. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment and this Bayou Time, but don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.